Welcome, Bronco Nation, to another exciting video. Today, we are doing another in the series of interviewing some of the future Boise State legends coming to the Blue. And we have a very exciting video today. We have Brendon Haygood, class of 2025 from Sax, Texas. He's a three-star. He's top 50 in his position right now and is surely going to continue to rise because he's having an incredible senior season. He is, of course, a fellow recruit along with some of the couple other guys that have been on the channel, including Quentin Brown and Arthur DeBuacci coming on a couple of weeks ago. And like I said, he is having an incredible season so far, recently shattering a 15-year school record that had been established back in the days when Kellen Moore and Doug Martin were sophomores at Boise State, to put some perspective on how long this thing had been around. 380 yards rushing, incredible performance. So far in the season, he has 1,552 yards rushing, 12.3 yards per carry average, 16 touchdowns. Now, he had a great junior season as well, which, of course, is what drew Boise State's eyes to him. 1,185 yards rushing, 9 touchdowns, 7-yard average. But he has continued to excel and exceed those numbers this season. They are 8-1 so far. They have a game coming up this Thursday versus the Rowlett Eagles, and they're going to continue their quest towards a high school championship and his personal goal for 2,000 yards. Thanks so much for coming on, Brendon. This is awesome to have you.
Of course. Glad to be here.
Before we get into the serious questions here, I want to start with a little bit of an icebreaker. All of those yards in the high school numbers, you're obviously an incredible athlete. Have you been able to win a national championship with Boise State in NCAA football 25 yet?
Plenty of times. I played NCAA 14. I've won multiple times, won a Heisman there, so it's been good.
That is that's great, because we were talking to Ash, not talking to, he has his own YouTube channel, so I threw a comment on his live video of the day, asked him if he'd won a national championship yet, and he said he hadn't been able to. So that's one step you got up on Ashton Jeanty right there. The second question I have is just, obviously you said you're a fan of the video game, and that is personally my favorite video game. It's really one of the main ones I play, NCAA Football 14, and now the new video game. How excited are you to be able to play as yourself here in the very near future?
That's crazy. I've always wanted to, be in a video game because I've been playing video games for a long time. So, it's so real, really.
Well, that's great knowing the video game love there, because you're putting up some video game numbers in your high school career. We went over some of the statistics so far, and they are very, very impressive. Ashton Jeanty-esque numbers right there. So again, the future is bright for the Boise State running back room here. But what has been the key to your success so far?
Just, staying consistent always, and in practice, just keeping that motive, keeping leading from the front as always, and having the coaches teaching us how to be grown men and good players, just building our status up and just helping.
You've accomplished so much so far. You have more to go. What do you still have left to accomplish this season and in your high school career? What are your goals the rest of the year?
Basically staying consistent as always, and then just trying to get past the first round because that's something our school hasn't done in a minute, so that'd be great.
I know you've spoken about that quest for 2000. When did that become a goal? Was that start of the season, or was that kind of halfway through? You were like, man, we're on track for this. When did that become a stated objective for you?
Shoot, at first it was 1,500. That was the main goal. I passed that, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep going.
Onward and upward. What has been your primary motivator through high school and this season?
My mom, she's been through a lot. Basically just my whole inspiration, my reason why I play football in the first place. So, seeing her being excited as she is, happy as she is just making me keep going.
What are some of the lessons you talked about, what the coaches are teaching you, but what are some of those lessons that you've learned so far that you'll carry with you into your collegiate career?
Just keeping a high motive as always, coming to practice with great energy, keeping all our teammates intact is just it's just building a team bond, building teamwork as always. So, it's something you can always carry on to the next level.
Now, I was going through some of your huddle videos to just kind of see what the stats were producing there, and it's very impressive. Something that I've noticed is that you've got that Ashton Jeanty, Alex Myers stance going on in the backfield. So, how has Ashton Jeanty inspired and influenced your play this year?
Well, the crazy things I found out about him as soon as I went down there the first time. Like that was my first time ever like really hearing that much about him because I didn't hear much about him like before I got the offer. So seeing how he plays and watching some film on him and seeing what he got, I can see the same play style and it just works out pretty well. And that stance, it came from the spring. I've been doing this in spring ball, so it's kind of funny how it lines up.
Well, talking about Ashton Jeanty moves us into our discussion about Boise State. So obviously, you had your official visit down there. You accepted shortly after that. So just what drew you to Boise State? Is that a team that had been on your radar coming up through high school? Or was it kind of something that you started paying attention to once they offered you? Kind of tell us the story of your path to Boise State.
Basically, as soon as I got the offer in I think the summer ish, it was like, I was kind of getting rushed into my commitment. It was kind of pushing me there, and I was like, you know what, I gotta figure something out soon because I want a spot. So seeing Boise, I've been looking at the past running backs that's been in that NFL draft, and how Coach J Mo has been producing like really good backs over and over again. And then on top of that, seeing Ashton producing the numbers he is, it's like it might be a good future. And then on top of that, being down there for the first time, it was just beautiful atmosphere, beautiful everything.
Can you talk more about that official visit? I believe you going up for the Portland State game. So can you talk about what that experience was like to be on the blue for the first time, surrounded by those passionate fans, and in a game that was a big win for Boise State? Can you talk about what that experience was like for you?
It was crazy actually. Like it was 2 minutes we was on the field. Just, there wasn't that many people there, and then next like 30 seconds later, it's everybody in there just yelling, being crazy as it is, and it's just something you can't take back as a moment. So
Well, Boise State had a big game offensively, 342 yards of rushing in that game. Obviously, just seeing Boise State, there's more to committing to a school than just watching them play. There's, obviously going through all their facilities and talking to the coaches. But what role did Boise State's play style, and then the school's efforts to promote Ashton Jeanty's Heisman campaign, the commitment to their players, have in your decision to commit?
um how I see myself fitting in the offense, it was one of the main parts. Like everything I do in high school is what we're doing there. So it just helps. And then how they promote Ashton as a whole is just I see great success in anywhere I go. So
Final question for you here is how inspiring is Ashton Jeanty's collegiate career, what he's done at Boise State, to your own as a future Bronco, kind of seeing yourself in those shoes?
I see a great part of that being like I'll go far being at that spot. So
Well, we love your passion. We love your energy. We love your confidence and your enthusiasm. You're going to do great things on the blue. Good luck the rest of your high school career so far. You've still got a goal ahead of you here before the future comes knocking. So excited to see you make that quest towards a deep run in the playoffs, right to the championship game. That goal for 2000 still within your reach. And hey, if you don't get to it in high school, I'm sure that you'll achieve it in the collegiate level because
as
you're doing some
well,
great things, and we can't wait to see you perform on the blue. So thanks so much for coming on. It's been a great discussion.
of course,
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching all the way to the end. Make sure that you like, subscribe. Give us your thoughts on your excitement about this Boise State 2025 recruiting class in general. Just kind of who pops out to you. Obviously, we've got some incredible athletes here like Brendon and Quentin. We got some other great ones as well. It's going to be very, very exciting 2025 recruiting class and a future very exciting 2025 season and beyond. The future is bright because Boise State is #built different. So thanks so much for coming on, Brendon. Thanks everybody for watching all the way to the end. Again, make sure you like, subscribe, and as always, go big blue.